Hey, hello, hello. How are you? So I know you are probably curious to hear what I'm talking about, and I'm not sure what my title will say yet, but I'm going to be very descriptive on it, talking about my intuition being off and my manifestation being off, and I'll tell you why. Or maybe I'll even put this in the title so you know exactly where I'm going with it. But I have lost big time with an investment that I put forth about 3 years ago. So it's a company I really believed in. I put a lot of money towards it because I felt good about the stock was really low at the time, and I was like, yeah, I feel like they're going to do great. And so I put a lot of money there, and they went bankrupt last week. So I've kept it to myself. I haven't even talked to my family about it. My financial planner doesn't even know. And I just thought, you know what? It's probably time to share because here's me preaching to the choir, right? About being positive and upbeat and knowing everything happens for a reason and all the things that I encourage each day for you to keep a positive mindset, to keep moving forward and know that the best is yet to come. So all week you've probably been hearing me talk about it in my daily messages. I think I've said to you so many times, hold tight because everything happens for a reason. You are exactly where you need to be. But part of that is because I tell myself that every day, especially with this big news that I encountered as I found out that they went bankrupt. So the bankruptcy for them meant a lot of loss for me, but it is just money. And when I really look at it, I'm like, okay, what can I take? What can I learn from this? How can I move forward? And then I really look back on everything in my life, how grateful I am for everything that I do have. And I can make money again. It's easy to make money. So I'm not so worried about it anymore, but it was a heavy hit. And you know what made me think about sharing it with you all is one of my favorite leaders, or he's a spiritual leader. And I really have loved his work, and I do a lot of his meditations and such. I can put a link below so you can take a look at him too. He's amazing. But he had not lost, someone stole $450,000, $500,000 almost out of his account. Blew my mind. This happened, I guess, right in the new year. Mine happened right after Christmas. But where I'm going with this is I love that he shared it because he is one of the best manifestors that I know. And yeah, it's just proof that nobody is protected from something negative coming our way, but it's how we handle it. So I will say maybe 10, 15 years ago, I would have not handled that loss nearly as well as I have now in my days. So I looked at it, I saw it, I kind of just sat with it, and I felt a little panic. But then I think I almost did chuckle a bit. But then I can tell that this has kind of been on my mind a lot in the last week. And it really came out yesterday. So I was feeling just irritable with everybody. I went to a different restaurant, one that I don't usually go to as often. And I was still social and friendly, but I felt like I was having to really put forth that effort because I just really felt like crying. I felt like just very emotional. And it's not always like me to feel that way. I just wanted to go home and put my pajamas on and go to bed, and I did. I've been going to bed early a lot lately. You've probably heard me talk about that in some of my videos, but I think it's all part of healing, right? So just listen to your inner guidance, your heart. You know best what you need, and that's what I needed. And so I'm feeling a lot better now, and that's maybe why I wanted to share it with you all. And my morning meditations were very spot on for how I am feeling, or have been feeling about this whole thing. And with that being said, too, I was feeling very demotivated. Like I didn't even want to film this. I was like, oh, I don't feel like filming it. I'll do it later. And I was kind of wanting to procrastinate. And sure enough, one of my main messages was surrender to procrastination. So I'm going to start there, and then I'll read the quote and our soul journey card, and we'll wrap it up. But I felt like the more authentic and the more real I can be with you, the better. So that is why I'm sharing that, because even though I feel like I'm evolving a lot over the years, things happen. So we're always going to find that. But again, it is how we move forward with it. If we can learn a lesson from it, or we can just accept and focus on what is great around us. And that's what I've been doing. So, and you are part of it. So you're part of the reason I think sometimes too, I get a little down when I'm like, what is my full purpose, right? Um, and I feel like you are my purpose. You're one of them because I don't have kids, but you are like my kids in a way. I'm like, whatever I can do to bring some love to your day makes me happy. So there we go. That's what I wanted to say. So a couple of the things I wrote about were inner peace, surrender to procrastination, allow for inner peace. And then for some reason, one of the ones that I picked up as I was, and actually this could be for me too, but maybe some of you out there are feeling this, but I picked this up in my morning meditation, is the habit of people pleasing. So I know I used to be really bad about people pleasing. I've gotten a lot better at that. But even my example of just being at dinner, I could have just kind of sat with my own thoughts and such, versus feeling like I had to engage with everybody. Or part of it, I didn't feel like cooking though. Otherwise I could have stayed home. That would have been a good idea. But I go out because I don't like to cook for myself. But anyways, that's part of it. So here's what I have for this. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. So if you feel that you are in the habit of people pleasing, or you're one that's just trying to get everybody to love you and like you, worried about maybe what you say, I still need to work on that. This is just a reminder to surrender to that and allow yourself just to be authentically you. The other one I have is the inner peace aspect. I wrote, cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet, meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. So others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. So I think that was part of it, is like I can tell when I'm not in that ability to show inner peace. And I just wasn't at peace yesterday. And so if you're feeling that, that's when you do want to just surrender and go to get some time by yourself. Or if you've got a husband and kids or wife and kids and you need that time, ask your spouse, or make sure that you can create some time, whether you go to the gym or go on a walk. You know, I talk about all of those other things we can do to try to bring inner peace our way. I think nature really works well for me too. And then the procrastination, maybe some of you are procrastinating out there as well. Like I said, I almost wanted to skip today. And this is the message that I read in the book. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. So yeah, so maybe there's something you're putting off and you don't feel that you have the energy, but if you can just jump, take charge. And one other thing, when we talk about mindset, sorry, I'm fidgeting a lot today. I've got this is chaga, like a chaga tea as well. It's like I did a coffee and then I'm like, ooh, chaga is one of my favorite. It's a great, powerful mushroom. Where was I going with this? I know. So if there's something that you've been procrastinating, there's a great neuroscientist. I love him. That's another link I can put in. But he talks about how important it is to reward yourself during the process. Meaning, if you just do your workouts for the reward afterwards, of course it takes a long time because you don't see results right away working out. But maybe you're trying to write a book or something, and you're only going to reward yourself when it's done. There's not a lot of joy in that. And it does make you sometimes want to procrastinate and not enjoy the full process to get there. So one thing that really works well for your brain is to celebrate the effort. So does that make sense? Like, celebrating the effort allows you to enjoy each step along the way. So for me with this video this morning, I'm feeling like, okay, I want to get my message out to you, but I didn't want to do the work to get there. And, if I can just surrender to the bit of just enjoying the effort that it takes to do this and celebrate that versus knowing that I'm growing this channel and such. Because right now it looks like, okay, is this even worth it? Are you getting something from it? Am I, is this effort making it worthwhile? So whatever you're thinking about, maybe it doesn't feel like the effort is worth the end goal. Just know it will be, and celebrate each task that takes to get there. So I hope that makes sense. I know I went a little bit wonky there. It'll make sense when I put the video in the link. So the other thing that I thought a lot about today was prosperity because of what I just went through, losing all that money. But I do know all of our needs are being met. So aside from that money, I have plenty of other things I can do to bring in more, or I'm totally fine without it too if I don't bring in more. But it's really, I don't want to get in a lack mindset, because a lack mindset will breed additional lack. I probably should shut my door. I have my door open. Can you hear? Let me know if you can hear a lot of background noise. And then the other one that came up to me a lot was sensitivity, because I know I've been feeling sensitive lately. If you are feeling that way, here's my message to you. You are extra sensitive right now to energies and emotions. Honor yourself and your feelings. So that kind of goes to what I was talking about at dinner yesterday. So here we are. It's going to be a great day. I just sometimes, we all need to go through these ups and downs to really experience the great days. And I just think be okay with where you're at. And I know I say that a lot, but I hope my message to you about this big loss has kind of given you some comfort, knowing that, yeah, it's all a part of life, right? We all have stories and tough moments. So the soul journey card, I'll end it with that. Oh, and I didn't even read the quote of the day. Let's go with the soul journey card, and then I'll read the quote. The quote does not fit my loss of money. I just thought this is the one I have for today, so I'm going to read it anyways. So you get to kind of think on it and journal on that. So here you go. Enthusiasm is your soul card. I celebrate everything in my life, and I live in limitless joy. So that is how I felt. Like, all right, that's the way I need to look at it. Living in limitless joy with all the other great things in my life. Because when you focus on all the good versus the negative, then you can push forward every day. So here you go. Embrace life with excitement and celebrate even the smallest victories. Let your childlike exuberance radiate to others. This isn't the time to be cool or reserved. Find joy in the ordinary events of life and discover what great is about today. So yeah, just being great whenever you can. But again, I know we can't be feeling that way every day. So I'm just wanting you to honor your feelings. So your soul wants you to know it's easy to think that you'll have, look at here, perfect. This is what it talks about. So it's easy to think that you'll be enthusiastic once your dreams have become reality. However, the fastest way to manifestation is to be joyous about what you already have. So there you go. That is what I had to focus on, because here I was thinking that company would make me, I don't want to say millions, but I thought I would do very well on it. So I was very excited about that company. And then, yeah. And I had been watching it, not feeling very good about it. But anyways, where I'm going with this is, yeah, as a direct result of your unbanished excitement, you'll start to see, unbanished excitement, you'll start to see miracles in your life and in the lives of those around you. Additionally, enthusiasm is a direct path to vibrant health. It helps improve your immune system and sends a message to your body that it's vital, healthy, and strong. So I'm going to affirm yourself one more time with this. I celebrate everything in my life, and I live in limitless joy. We talk a lot about joy, living in the moment, finding happiness in the day-to-day mundane activities, because you sure can. So I love that message, and I'm going to feel enthusiastic even though I lost a boatload of money. Who cares, right? I've got you, I've got my loved ones, my family, my friends, I've got a great job. I'm just going to focus on all the good. I've got my health. I haven't lost anyone that I loved. So loss is a part of life, and I would much rather lose money than a loved one. So if you have lost a loved one recently or in your past, I'm sending you so much love. So with that, I'm going to end with the quote, and we'll wrap it up for today. All right, so here's your quote of the day. Start now, optimize later. And I guess that does go a bit with the procrastination. So, it does, they all do tie together, right? So maybe I'll no longer start with the stocks that I bought. Yeah, that one doesn't make sense. I'm still trying to just make sense of that. But no, starting now, optimize later. So whatever it is for you, I'm tongue-tied today. Whatever it is for you that you're trying to accomplish, just do it. You can always make the tweaks as you go. And actually, that's a good message for me with this channel too, because I feel like I just want to continue to go and move forward, and then it'll get better with every video, every week and such. So The quote of the day: I have the power, intelligence, ability, and grit to achieve any goal. And you do. Tell yourself that. I have the power, intelligence, ability, and grit to achieve any goal. And then some questions to ponder on or write about, journal about. In what ways am I compassionate to myself? And how am I living life according to my own terms? So that kind of goes back to surrendering to your inner peace, surrendering to the habit of people pleasing. So let me read that one more time. How am I living life according to my own terms? And again, how are you being compassionate with yourself? So if you do need a break, take a break. If you find that you're taking a break too long and being a little Debbie Downer, then try to bring yourself back up. It really is in our best interest to live in the present, here and now, and not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. And then I love and approve of myself. So even though I made a huge mistake, I am moving forward. What can you do? Is, love myself, know that I had the best intentions, thought I would retire by the time I'm 50. And now I'm going to have to find another really good stock that I love. I've got some other good ones going for me, but that one was kind of the one I was like, yes. All right. So we're going to end it there. And I'm just grateful for you. And I'm happy that we can be here going to 2024 together. And let me know if there's anything else specific. I know one of you wants to hear more about books that I love, so I will get a video specific to that. Maybe it won't be in the daily messages, but I'll be working on that. And then fun thing is I'm recording my podcast tomorrow with a friend, and he's actually a lender. So I'm a realtor as well. I think most of you know that, but he's a great guy, and we're going to talk a little bit about the market and how you can be approved. Interest rates are going down, by the way, so that's a great thing if you're looking to buy a house. Great time. He is a lender all over the globe. Well, they do have, ones over in Europe, but a little bit different there. So he's all over the US at least. So good to hear that. But all right, sending you all so much love, and I will be in touch.